Doing something a little different with the French toast this morning. I decided to put the PB&J between the two and throw the syrup on top. Should be just as good. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Another sunny beauty day out, guys. There's like a weird smell right here. Almost smells like a furnace, but I know mine's turned off. Beauty sunny day out today. I let Oreo out this morning. There's another dog in my backyard, a black and white border collie looking dog named Rosie. So now I kind of expect to find like some huge dog turds in my yard because obviously the neighbor leaves their dog off leash and their dog roams over here to poop. Same people who left the chair on my property. Oh, I hate degenerates. Dog wanted nothing to do with Oreo. Well, I tried to approach him. He was barking. The dog was like, maybe not. Then I came outside and was like, what the hell? And I'm like, Oreo, get over here. And he listened like a log of shit. So it is what it is. Anyway, today is a nice day out. As you can see, there's sunshine lollipops. Beauty day. Yay, yay. It's supposed to be like this all the way up till Sunday. Sunday we're expected thunder bangers with a high of 19. Today it's supposed to go up to 27. Tomorrow the same. Friday the same. Saturday 24. Sunday 19 with rain. So Friday and Saturday are going to be nice days. So good day to be off on Friday, that's for sure. You know, off on half day friggin' Friday, get off at noon, and then just go out for rip roaring ride. Still don't know if I'm working the weekend, haven't heard anything from the boss, but usually we find out today or tomorrow. And if I am working on Saturday, then whatever, it's extra money, I can use it. Got a roof to put on this place and bills to pay. Extra cash, won't turn that down, but it, yeah. Otherwise, weekend of, well, a Friday and Saturday of bike riding. Because today's another workout day. Lifting weights. Gonna go through my full body workout after work. Push, pull. I'm doing that 3 times a week now. 1 day of rest. And that day of rest I like to do a lot of cardio. Really get the blood going through, repairing all the muscle. The problem is my legs are so sore right now that this walking I'm doing actually hurts like hell. I think I might have to start getting on a regimen of glucosamine sulfate or something. I keep forgetting I'm not 20. It's funny because my buddy Jean and I were talking about that, and I mentioned how I found a DVD with footage from way back in the day with my uncle's video camera. And there was some footage on there of my dad. He was messing around with the camera, filming stuff, and just, you know, he goes into the bathroom and he films himself in the mirror and he waves, and I was like, wait a second. Dad's like 25 years older than me. So if I was 6, that means he was 10 years younger than I am now in that video. And then it hit me like, holy crap, we're getting old and shitty. Like, this is happening. This is happening right now. We're getting old and shitty. So, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm doing all these heavy workouts and all that, and the body's been taking it fine, but let me tell you, when I was doing it every day, no wonder why I never grew. I wasn't giving my body time to recover, rebuild, readapt. Remember, people, if you're going full natty and you're not doing any, even if you're using supplements like natural supplements like creatine and citrulline and freaking pre-workouts and whey proteins, and you're not using any anabolics or SARMs or anything like that, you're just going straight up friggin' full natty, getting your protein and letting your body grow on its own natural chemicals. You need time to recover because that's when you get bigger. That's when you grow. If you think you're gonna gain muscle by going to the gym non-stop, maybe in the beginning you will, when you're natural, like you're a newbie lifter, because they say newbies, the least experience you have, the more growth you'll see, where the more experience you have, the least growth you'll see. I don't know where I sit because I'm pretty sure my form sucks, so I'm probably still classified as a newbie. I know I am for the triceps because holy crap, ever since I built this pulley, guys, game freaking changer. Triceps are starting to pop. I'm like, okay, there we go. When I was using the Bowflex before, I couldn't get the full range of motion on the push downs. And now with this pulley setup, I can really get the full range of motion. And it's nice, and it works, and it feels good. So I'm definitely a newbie with the triceps. I've been doing shoulder workouts and all that, and just trying to build some, you know, like I said, some functional strength so that I can do stuff without needing help. I try to help other people as much as possible, but then when I ask for help from some people, they're just never available. So it's nice to be reliable, but not rely on anybody else. You know, be that guy that can handle his own shit without needing assistance, but there to lend a hand if someone needs assistance. that's basically what I try to do, because people are rather undependable lately. So if you got to get shit done, figure out how to do it yourself. It's great. Well, I got about 40 minutes before I got to get back to work. Or back to work? I got to start work. Don't know what the heck we're going to do today besides lift. You know, I took ribs out for supper. I don't even know if they're thawed yet. What's their condition? Yeah, they're thawed. Nice. I love these things. Like $5 for this whole packet of riblets. That'll do for a good meal tonight. We'll have that and should be good. Oh, no idea what I'm doing for lunch today. Those French toast actually filled me up really good with the peanut butter and jelly in the middle and topped with syrup. That was actually the best damn thing ever. Kind of feeling full, and I ate a little later than normal. Normally I'd be eating at 7, not 8, and today it was an hour later, so I should be able to hold out till around noon 1 before I eat. Oh, so apparently on the corona front, looks like Beijing shuts all schools as terrifying second wave of coronavirus hits the city. Okay, that's exciting. All right, talk to you guys in a bit. Normally when I start at 8 o'clock in the morning, I take my break at around 10:30. But when you start at 9 o'clock in the morning, 10:30 comes a lot quicker and you forget because it's currently 11:30. Whoops, that is what it is. 5.5 hours left of the shift and I still have a bunch of breaks left. I think what I'm gonna do is fire up some chicken for lunch and we're gonna have wraps. Remember how I said there's trails behind my house that I wanted to go and examine? See what's going on back there? Chatting with Rex about them yesterday too. Turns out people are dickheads. There was a warning from the North Bay police officers, or North Bay police force I should say, that some jackass, or jackasses, not sure, could be plural, could be one person, could be multiple. They're investigating. Hopefully they find out who it is and get them charged. But the trails behind my house, they've been like running small pieces of wire in between trees along the trail to basically guillotine people riding by on bikes. So police are basically requesting that people don't use that trail system for the time being until they can find out who the hell is doing this, get down to the bottom of business and resolve this nonsense. Kind of pisses me off because I was thinking about going up there this weekend and just checking out the trails, because I know there's once you make the climb, there's a lot of shit up there. And if you remember the video when Rex and I went up there on the lawnmowers, we ended up that's when we went by the military base. There's a military base over there. It's underground. It's like deep into the mountain, but they have exhaust ports on the top which basically pump whatever out. And they have them fenced in, and we rode by one and we were calling it, you ever seen that show Lost? The Dharma Initiative, where they had like holes in the ground that they had people living in and running tests and whatever the case may be. Well, that's what we were calling it, was the Dharma Initiative. And there's a bunch of other cool stuff up there. Like, yeah, it's free to travel. People hike it all the time. Gotta watch out for bears, but they're black bears, so they don't bother with you. Unless they have their baby cub there, then they'll probably shred you to pieces, but just don't friggin' approach them and should be okay. It's not like a grizzly bear that'll rip you apart or a polar bear that'll rip you apart just because it's Tuesday, even though it's Wednesday, you know, whatever. So that's pretty cool. Just kind of looking forward to that. Looks like that won't be happening. That's okay. Then my friend posted that there's a restaurant out in Powassan called the Wagon Wheel. Apparently they make a fantastic burger, and anybody who knows me knows I love my hamburgers. They're like my favorite. Ranked right up there with Chinese food. Gotta say, I do like my Chinese food. Mainly rice, like chicken fried rice, bacon fried rice. Stuff's just so tasty, but I don't get it that often because A, it's too expensive, and B, it's just all carbs. And unless I'm gonna be doing something that requires explosive power, try to avoid ingesting too many carbs in a day. Usually about 150 grams now to 200 grams. That's all I do in a day of carbs. 50 grams of fat. Guys, I'm basically back on my old diet when I used to work out with Angry Joe. And the thing is I'm actually losing weight. So, you know, not saying keto doesn't work. Keto definitely does work. But the key thing is why it works. Not because you're only eating fat so your body can only burn fat. It's because it's hard to eat outside of a caloric, like it's hard to eat a lot when you're eating that style because you physically can't, because you get full so damn fast when you're not eating carbs. Also because you're cutting sugar out. If you eat anything sugary you're always going to be hungry. It's always going to signal to your body that you're still hungry. Even though you're full, you can't fit any more food in the gut, your body still gets that notion that, hey, we need more food. We're empty. So if you cut out sugars, you're going to notice you're going to have a hell of a lot easier time not overeating. I'm not saying stop eating them altogether. Like every once in a while, like last night I had that ice cream. You know, it's fine to enjoy the benefits of life every once in a while. It shouldn't be too restrictive, but you know, don't go crazy and slay a tub of ice cream every night, because that's just not going to help. And you'll notice that when you do eat said ice cream, that you're hungry like 15-20 minutes later. You're probably not. Your body probably still has, like, your stomach's probably full. It's just your hormones are all out of whack from all that sugar that it's sending the ghrelin response in, or the leptin response in, telling your body that, hey, we need more food, and you don't. I think that's why keto was so successful for me. It's because it taught me about nutrition and calories in, calories out. And even on keto, I ran CISO and it worked fine. And then it was up until recently, I was like, you know what? I'm where I want to be. There's some foods I want to enjoy that I miss. You only live once, you know. As long as you're being fit, you're working out, and you're, you know, trying to stay functional, you should be able to enjoy the nicer things, and the ice creams, the pies, the cheeseburgers. Not all the time, mind you, but here and there, why not? Can't hurt. And seeing how yesterday I clocked in the morning when I weighed in, I was weighing in at 226, and last night when I weighed in, I came back at 221. That was after a full day of eating and having that ice cream that I have no idea what the calories were. So I just docked it at 750 calories. Probably a bit high, but I don't care. I'm like, I'd rather quote too high and be over, or quote too low and think I'm still in a deficit and I can eat more. You know, if you don't know what it is, aim high. Just aim high. Especially if you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to maintain your calories, well, that's a different story. I don't know what to do in that case. But if you're trying to lose weight, always aim high. Clock it in higher than what it is. And that way there, even if you're wrong, you're going to be in a deficit and the results will be great. It's awesome. Anyway, this chicken's going to cook, and then I'm just going to let it sit and chill in its own juices. My friggin' legs are shot, boys. All that biking yesterday and the walking. Oh yeah, everything hurts. It's great. Oh, I'm just looking up on Amazon some fat bike racks, trying to get an idea, and I came across this. Kind of looks like my rack, and those 3 holes there with the pannier supports and the bar going down, my rack has that on it. So you can see here from Canadian Tire, these things are I don't even, oh there it's $26.99. But you can see there's the holes. So I could attach the pannier support on there, and then run a bar from there down to my back triangle brace, and that should theoretically work. Just not sure exactly how I would mount it, but I'll think of something. Like if I just knew what the hell this part was called, these bars that are connecting to it. That's all I need to do what I want to do. Alright, let's go make some freaking wraps. Kinda hungry. Could definitely eat. Yesterday I think Jesus. Freaking Scampers just like super launched off the stairs over top of the gate. Just airborne. Alright, first question is, because I log all the food I eat, how much chicken? 103 grams plus 120 grams of chicken. There's like a little piece that broke free. Like chicken jerky. Alright, 2 wraps and a Greek yogurt. Lunch is served. Gonna go drive this in my face hole and carry on with my shift. Fixing shit and doing things. Fun times. Alright, talk to you guys in a bit. Still no idea what the heck I'm doing tonight. We'll figure something out. Been looking at things and stuff and trying to figure out how the heck I could attach a rod from the pannier, or from the rack to my, I can't even speak today, what's going on? From the rack to my bike to make it offer more support. They don't sell those support beams by themselves, so I'm gonna have to fabricate something. I'm not sure what the heck that metal tubing is that they use, but it looks like they just flatten it on the one end, bolt it right to the bike frame. Then the other end, they got it going through some sort of like a clamp. But do you think I can find any clamps like that online or anywhere, or even get a name for what I'm looking for? Basically, my objective is to get a 50-pound carrying capacity out of that setup. Now, I found one online, which is $44. So I'm going to be pricing on materials here to see if I can rig mine up for cheaper. If not, I'm just going to order that one and then put mine away. Maybe I'll use it on another bike build. Maybe I'll get another bike later on. I don't know. Figured I'd make myself a cup of coffee. It's been a while since I've had coffee there. But, come on, Oreo, before your buddy shows up. Just been waking up in the morning and drinking branched chain amino acids, which, mind you, are pretty freaking tasty. I do say so myself, but I just haven't had the need for coffee when you're drinking BCAAs because they have caffeine into them. The ones I were drinking were those mutant branded BCAAs. They're pretty tasty. They're peach flavored. They kind of tasted like fuzzy peaches. And then I would throw some citrulline into it and a little bit of creatine, and you know, just get a little bit of a morning boost, wake up call, if you will. And then get after it, freaking get after the day. Nice cold beverage, so more wakes you up and makes you go. Yeah, back on topic. After the workout there, we're probably gonna go up to the garage and really inspect the bike and try and get an idea as to how we can do this to make it useful. Maybe I'll even barbecue those ribs so we can play out there for a bit. That's all I'm gonna have for supper tonight is those ribs. Should be pretty good. Don't really need too much more. If I want a snack later on, I got my Smart Pop popcorn, so we can throw that in the microwave and enjoy that, or I can always make my protein ice cream, worst case. Yeah, I'd like to figure out a way to reinforce that carrier, and if that one's not gonna do, then I guess the only option is order off of Amazon to get the new carrier that can support the weight. And this one here that I saw on Amazon, like mine can do 25 pounds. This one on Amazon for $44 can do 180 pounds. It's a bit more than I need to carry, but I figure with the top cargo and the pannier left and right, I'd be able to haul some serious groceries with that. You know, so if I pick up some steaks and stuff, I should be able to get home and have no problems carrying it, and no breakdowns due to hauling it. It's going to be fun trying to climb this hill over here though, while I'm gonna really have to get off the friggin' saddle and lean forward with all that weight on the back, because I'll be pumping. She'll probably try to be kicking up the rear end, or kicking up the front end I should say. The rear end should stay pretty planted with a decent amount of food in the panniers. So I don't know, probably thinking, Adam, you're crazy. Just use your damn truck to get groceries, come home, and then go for a bike ride afterwards. You got a point, but it's fun. Like, I'm really enjoying the bike life. It's a lot of fun. It's a blast. And turns out so is everybody else in North Bay. There was actually a news report released about the whole bike scene in North Bay, how it's booming, how everybody's out riding bikes. They couldn't figure out why, and it turns out, like, because of COVID-19, for instance, it's actually caused the gyms to shut down, right? So all the fitness people are scrambling to find ways to keep their gains, to keep burning the calories so they don't pack on quarantine 15, if you will. Some of us have home gyms, you know, and some of us don't. And for cardio, some people just don't have cardio machines. So what's the best way to do cardio? Go to Walmart and pick up a $100 bike. Piece of shit on the trails. If you try and go off-roading with it, it's probably going to come apart on you. Chances are it was assembled by an idiot. So you're gonna have to take it to a bike shop and get it properly assembled and tuned up, even from the get-go. Keep in mind, these bikes at Walmart and Canadian Tire are not assembled by a certified bike mechanic. They're assembled by some guy getting paid to assemble bikes who also stock Shell for minimum wage. They're not certified bike mechanics. They just bang these things out and put them out on the floor. No torque wrench involved. A couple of Allen keys and probably an adjustable, and they just get it done. They don't care if it's done right, they just need it done. And that's why I always tell people, when you buy a bike from a department store, I wish I would have taken my own advice last year when I bought Schwinn, make sure to have it checked by a certified bike mechanic and set up before taking your first ride, because yeah, chances are the bikes are gonna suck. Anyway, I'm gonna keep pondering my ideas and trying to think of where I can find what I need to do. All right, later guys. Still no word on the weekend shift. In a way, I kind of hope I don't have to work this weekend, mainly because Saturday and Sunday, well, Friday's gonna be nice. It's gonna be like today. Tomorrow's gonna be like today. It's supposed to be beautiful all week until Sunday. Sunday they're calling for scattered thunderstorms. If I get Saturday off, that means I can get up in the morning, do whatever chores I have to do. The lawn needs cutting or whatever, and get to it. Go out biking, maybe pack a little lunch or something in the on the fat bike and go for a rip somewhere and just freaking enjoy the day. Could be kind of fun. One thing is that's been happening a lot. Usually it's a sign I gotta poop. So I'm kind of hungry. I only had 2 of those wraps, and all week there I've been having 3 of them. They're just small little tortillas. I don't know why I bought them. I usually don't like the small ones because they're just, I don't know. Can't put as much stuff in them and they're harder to wrap. I usually like the bigger ones, but I bought them for some reason. So I'm gonna make a protein shake right now because these always satiate me. They're just great. Somebody asked in the comments if, because I mentioned that I no longer track macros except for protein, and I just calorie track, keep an eye on my protein, and they said, or they asked, wouldn't too much protein do damage to your kidneys? And the answer to that is yes, it would. However, when I say I'm mainly focusing on protein, that does not mean that I'm eating 1,000 grams of protein a day. My target is 1.2 grams per lean pound body mass. So what that means is I'm 16.9%. Let's just say, okay, I'm 20%, and let's just say I was 200 pounds. That means theoretically, I were to knock out all my body fat, I'd be 160 pounds. So I'm aiming for anywhere from 160 to 180 grams of protein a day. We'll just go with that logic. The rest can be divvied up between carbs and fat. I'm forgetting something in this, aren't I? Yeah, citrulline. Yeah, the rest can be divvied up between carbs and fat. Not really caring anymore. I used to do the all fat, but then I realized the only reason why low carb and, like if you have an intolerance to certain foods, yeah, if you go carnivore, as long as your intolerance isn't to meat, then you're gonna have a good time on carnivore. You're not going to have any gluten intolerances, celiac disease, any of that shit, because you're just eating meat. All right, down the hatch. Oh, so good. I love those quick little fruit smoothie protein shakes. Mind you, I was gonna make my protein ice cream tonight, but I don't have many raspberry or strawberries left, so I think we'll just skip out on that. Scampers is sitting in the window over there, losing her shit. I bet you there's a bird in the backyard and she wants to put it in her face hole and chew on it. Oh yeah, there's a bird over there. I scared it off opening the door. Hi. What are you doing? Okay, bye. The life of Scampers. Go window to window and chirp at things. That's what my kitty does. That's what she does. She's a freaking weirdo, but I love her so much. Even though she's a giant puke face. I need a drink. No, not liquor. I need a drink of water. Some water in here, but it's been in here for a couple days and it's not my favorite kind of water because it's pretty warm. Even though they say it's a good idea to drink really warm water because your body can utilize it right away. Like room temperature water, your body can utilize it right away. Where super cold water, your body has to burn calories to heat it up before it can get processed. True story. Go look it up. Anyway, while we're letting my brain work on the idea to fix that rack, I remembered something that I have out in the garage. That's a bunch of that shelving steel. And I got some bed frame as well that I can use to support the rack on my frame of my bike to give it more rigidity and more stability and the ability to handle more weight. So what I was thinking was tonight after the workout, probably gonna take me about an hour and a half usually, anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes to push through, depending on how much fun I'm having. Kind of tired, so it probably won't be that much fun. Once all said and done, we'll head out to the, well, I'm gonna probably air fry the ribs, let them cook in here. And then we'll head out to the garage and we'll try some ideas out, see what we can do, what we can kind of fabricate or come up with. Probably won't come up with a final idea. We might be able to get something going, and maybe through the power of the internet, my idea mixed with somebody else's idea, come up with a great solution. To keep using the existing technology that I have on the bike versus buying more shit for it and replacing components already this early in the game. That would be kind of cool. I know I do have some talented fabricators out there watching the channel, so maybe you can chime in and offer some advice on something. That'd be sweet. So I looked on the sites in town here, like Home Depot and Home Hardware, and even Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire has like aluminum rod, which would work, but I'm not sure exactly how the hell I would attach it to the frame, and that's the part that I'm coming up to a blank. Like on the pictures on the friggin' internet, they literally have like the rod is welded or attached to, like it's pinched, drilled the hole through, and it's attached to this like circle clamp with a screw on each end that when you screw it down it tightens and it holds it in place, and you can lock it to the bars and it won't move, and it will hold your rack upright with up to, you know, 100 pounds of force. If I could carry at least 100 pounds on that rack, that's more than enough for my grocery runs to Food Basics. Because I usually get maybe tops, each bag is 10 pounds, maybe that, maybe. I'm wondering what I'm doing, I'm grabbing a 10-pound plate. Yeah, that's about the weight of one of my bags of groceries. So I don't need to go balls deep and go like 100 pounds of storage, but I want to have enough where as I'm hitting bumps, I'm not putting stress on the system and stress on my seat post. I'd rather have the stress, you know, put across the entire frame of the bike versus one spot that can get weakened. Especially the seat post, because I'm kind of sitting there, and that would suck if that broke. And, you know, I took a sharp seat post in the arse and discovered pretty quick what prison life is like. Anyway, after my break, I got a measly 15 minutes. I forgot about break. Guys, it's amazing what happens when you've been working for 2 weeks at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then they knock an hour off your thing and it just throws you right out of whack. It's like, I'll adapt, then 9 to 5 will become crazy. But no, I remember when I used to work the weekends, like the night shift especially. You go in Thursday 11 to 7, Friday 11 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And those felt like eternity shifts, like they would just last forever. But then Monday would hit and you're back on 11 to 7, and it would just feel like a breeze by, breeze by, breeze by. It just went by so quick. And that's how this is feeling right now. But yeah, that's my ideas. I got that shelving steel out in the garage and some other stuff, and like I said, I know Canadian Tire sells aluminum rod, like they sell flat I don't even know what the hell it is. It's like flat metal aluminum, flat metal steel. It's kind of expensive for the stuff, but in a pinch it would work. I also am going to need hardware to bolt, and I'm going to need to figure out a way how I'm going to attach the rods to the frame. I just need some sort of like a circle, like a clamp of some, and I don't know what the hell it's called. I tried looking up clamp, but nothing came up, and I don't even know where to begin to fabricate something like this unless I just took some bolts and bent some metal around the frame of the bike and then put down some electrical tape underneath it so it has something to grip onto, and then just freaking go to town on it with the bolts and the nuts and hold it in place. Make sure it all fits, take it all off, spray paint it black so it matches the frame of the bike and looks pretty awesome, and then collar, you know, do something like that. It has to hold the weight that I want to put in it, and it has to keep the pannier bags from hitting the tire. Those are the only two things I need. If I can meet those credentials, we're good. Anyway, I'm gonna head back upstairs. I mainly came down to grab a jug of water. As soon as the shift is over, I'm going to put in my workout. Oh man, dog here in the way. I'm trying to walk and not easy right now. Thank God today's all upper body. Skipping squats, boys. Skipping leg day. Legs are shot. They're even gonna get worse tomorrow and the day after. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Peace. Alright guys, lifting's done. Workout complete. Feeling great. You know what? I closed this window for two reasons. One, because I knew I was gonna come back upstairs. There's two reasons why I put the paper on the window. One, people can't look in. Two, the sun doesn't come through and it just acts as a diffuser. Because when I come upstairs, all I'm wearing is a towel. I gotta grab clothes. My window's wide open. Neighbors could be outside walking their dog. So I can go for a potty. The whole time I'm working out, Oreo and Scampers are freaking out. There's a housefly in the house, and they're both trying to kill it. Like Oreo because it's a sky raisin, and Scampers because it's protein and smaller than her, therefore it must die. You know how cats are. I think for tomorrow's meal, I'm going to enjoy some of these turkey drumsticks. Why not? That could be good. Don't know what I'm going to have with them. Maybe we'll do some broccoli and rice or something, who knows. Just fire those down there and let them thaw out. Grab my ribs. I'm gonna air fry the ribs instead of barbecuing them. That way there I can just go out there, do some idea thinking, and go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these in the air fryer. See, there's no, what was I gonna say? The problem with these is there's no nutritional value on them, and Fitbit has no idea what they are. But because they're not seasoned, they're just ribs, you gotta season them yourself. I usually just go pork loin rib, whatever it comes up with on the guy, and then add the weight in whatever I pull, because I don't go by this net weight, because that's the packaging and all the juices and everything. I go by what my scale says, and then I just go pork loin rib, and then run those calories. So we'll let those cook, and I'm gonna head out to the garage and see what kind of nonsense we can cook up for this idea. Alrighty, so what I was thinking is underneath here you got these mounting points. You got one right around, it's hard to see it, but there's one here, there's one up front here, and I was thinking if I ran a bar from this one here down to this bar here, just a simple little book, that would give more stability and rigidity. And then did the same on the other side. Problem over here is there is an exposed cable. So yeah. See, I don't understand how these things normally mount. Like, you just take the axle bolt off and run them to the axle bolt, or I don't know. Doesn't make sense. The problem is I don't know exactly what I would use to do that. When, like, I do have, is it back here? Yeah, I do have this stuff here, this stock here that I could borrow. And by borrow I mean use. And then, oh, what are you? Hello. You're probably not very strong. Obviously. You're pretty flexy. But I wonder... Try something here. The metal is definitely too flimsy for this, but just an idea or a concept. Like, if I take that bag off, you'd probably be able to see it better. Let me take the bag off. So if I were to spin that down somehow, slide that in there, and then attach it to that bar, I don't know if it would give me any more rigidity. Probably not. What I need is a thin piece of flat stock, or even round tube would work. Flatten it up one end, bolt it in there, and somehow even flatten it on the other end and hook it around. See, that's what I was thinking about with like this shit's pretty thick. This stuff here is pretty thick. But if I could somehow cut a piece and then rip a hole in it and then bend a U into an area and wrap it around that bottom, plug a hole in it, put a bolt, and then use the bolt to screw it in place to fasten it on. It'd be jank, it'd be pretty redneck, but if it looks stupid but works, is it really stupid? Like, that's the question you got to ask yourself. Chances are the answer is yes, but I don't know, this could be a good weekend project. Because it's not like I have the panniers anytime soon. But I figure, like, if I took my angle grinder and right down here, chopped off a good chunk of this crap, because I don't have any used already. Yeah. This was old shelving material from Target when they shut down. If you're wondering what this was. You know, I could even rip right down here and just cut a small piece off, and then use my drill to rip a hole in it and attach it to the peg, come down and wrap it around the pole, bolt it, use 4 of those, size it up once it fits, get some black trim clad, paint it, call it a freaking day. This shit wouldn't flex. This is like probably good steel. Oh, it farted again. Because I can't seem to find those things that would just like ring around here and give me a mounting bracket. Like what I saw on the Amazon one, that thing. And I looked at all the other racks, like all the other ones like this on Canadian Tire. And they're all the same. They're all basically the kind that it looks like it attaches at the axle screw. Problem is, how the heck am I going to run that tube when I got a freaking brake caliper in the way? So, only mounting options I have is custom fabricated or leave it as is and use the truck to get groceries. But the idea was to use this, mule around. That's something else I wanted to check was my wheel. See and make sure it's tight. I'm going to go over this thing with a good couple wrenches there and make sure everything's still tight. Wow, that front tire was so loose. But I fixed it. This bolt here backed out. I was wondering yesterday, I was driving, when I would turn the wheel a certain way, she would make a noise. I didn't know what the heck it was. It's funny how this frame is built for V. Oh no, that's not for V-brakes. I don't know what the hell that is. Well, I thought that was for V-brakes. It's probably a mounting for maybe another rack. I noticed on some fat bikes you can get a front rack here to put panniers on as well. So you can have front panniers and back panniers. That'd be kind of neat. I don't need to go all out. It's a $300 bike from friggin' Canadian Tire. But I did fix this, so now this is really hard to move side to side. Before it was loose, and reason being is I couldn't tighten it down. The reason is the piece of rubber that goes between the clip and the freaking seat post was too long, so you couldn't get a good crimp on it. So I just went and cut it down to size and made it fit. So I don't know. I'm gonna continue looking into this, try and figure out an idea. Like I say, worst case, I'll just order that one for fat bikes off of Amazon and call it a day. And then go from there. This weekend, I'll probably just do groceries with the truck. Unless it's like I'm out biking and I just want to pick up something quick, then I'll pop in and go pick up something quick. But, oh yeah, and this derailleur, I don't know. I had it looked over real quick by the guy at the bike shop there, and he's like, I don't know, everything looks good. And it acts up every once in a while, but not very often. So, I don't know. I got some good chain oil there in my bag. I might, well, I'm definitely going to lube it up for the next romp, just to make sure that she's good to go. Alright, well, let's go check on those ribs. Just wanted to reattach my bag, and now we're going in. What time is it? 7 o'clock. Holy crap. You guys couldn't see that because we're blurry McGurry vision. So, let's go ahead. We'll let the dog out too, because he probably wants to do dog things outside, right? Despite having a shitty sleep last night, my workout was surprisingly effective today. It's kind of hard to have a stable scale when you accidentally sit your Instant Pot thingy on it. 248 grams. Yeah, I just had the worst sleep last night. Okay, this is not easy. 534 grams of ribs, boys. Gonna get fat. Don't really need anything else with that. I'll just eat the meat. Just waiting for Fluffy McCrappy Pants to take a dump, and then... oh, it's home now time. So yeah, if any of you out there have any ideas on how I can make that thing more stable, more sturdy, if you think my idea might work, let me know. Because what I want to do is I'm going to cut my plan is, which is going to require me to go pick up some hardware because I'm lacking hardware to do it, i.e. nuts and bolts, but is to run 2 pieces of that steel strip. There's the house flat the cat and dog were chasing. Right there. She saw it. She's tracking it. She lost interest. Oh my god. Yeah, I need something smaller than, what the heck was I dicking around with out there? 5/16? 5/16 inch? It was just, the threads were just a bit too long to fit through the hole on the side of the rack. So what I was thinking was, we take that, we bend the bar to go around, rip a hole through, nut and bolt, and then use the power of tightening to make it clamp onto the bar. It doesn't have to sit snug, it just has to hang on. But I like it to sit snug so it doesn't scratch up the bar and move around. So I might use like electrical tape in that area, or some sort of a hockey tape or something where it's going to be sitting, so that there's something that it can rub on and damage rather than damaging the finish on the Schwinn. I don't know, man. Sometimes building your own shit off of shit that should have been built right is kind of fun. Sometimes you just bought the right product from the get-go and quit being so damn cheap. But it's the way she goes. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, well, it's another never-ending vlog of mine, so I'm going to go ahead and shut her down here. I'm going to put a lot of thought into this idea for the rack mount, and if any of you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments section down below, and hopefully come up with a solution to reinforce the current. If not, like I said, worst case, I'll order from Amazon. I just like to use what I have and make it work. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time guys, stay safe and peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.